Have you ever felt like your energy fades faster than it used to, even on days you sleep well and try to eat pretty healthy? You're not alone. After 60, the body gets more particular about the fuel we give it. The good news is you don't need expensive supplements or complicated diets to feel stronger, clearer, and more confident. You just need the right everyday foods on your plate, simple choices you can make in your own kitchen, starting today. We're talking about 5 foods worth eating daily for a longer, healthier life, and I'll show you easy ways to fit them into meals you already enjoy without flipping your routine upside down. Let's begin with something green and powerful. Picture your plate like a tiny pharmacy, and the leafy greens are the friendly pharmacists who know your name and quietly hand you what you need. Spinach, kale, romaine, arugula, any one can be your daily green. They bring fiber to keep digestion steady, vitamin K and calcium to support bones, and a whole mix of nutrients that protect your heart and brain. If salads feel boring, think smaller and more frequent. Toss a handful of spinach into morning eggs and watch it wilt in under a minute. Tuck a few leaves of romaine into a sandwich. Stir chopped kale into soup while it simmers so it softens and blends in. Prefer warm breakfasts? Spoon some sautéed greens beside oatmeal and a scrambled egg. The gentle bitterness balances fruit's natural sweetness. If raw kale is tough to chew, massage it with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of salt. It softens quickly and tastes like a new vegetable. Aim for 1 generous handful a day. If arthritis makes chopping difficult, buy pre-washed greens or keep kitchen shears nearby and snip them straight into the pan. If dentures or sensitive teeth make raw salads uncomfortable, go for tender greens like baby spinach or cook them briefly in broth. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. 1 small serving every day beats a giant salad once a week. Over time, you'll notice steadier energy, easier bathroom trips, and a calmer feeling after meals because high-fiber greens help keep blood sugar more even. Now add color. Deep blues and reds are like a daily tune-up for your mind. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, are tiny but mighty. Fresh is great, but frozen is just as useful and often friendlier on the budget. Keep a bag in the freezer and you'll always have a quick add-in ready to go. Sprinkle a half cup over yogurt, blend a small handful into a smoothie with milk or kefir, or warm frozen berries in a pan for 2 minutes and spoon them over oatmeal. The heat turns them into a simple sauce without extra sugar. If you want a routine that runs itself, fill a small container with a day's worth of berries each morning and set it front and center in the fridge. When you open the door, it's the first thing you see, and you're far more likely to eat it. Watching costs? Buy whichever berry is on sale or choose mixed frozen bags. They're often cheaper and just as tasty. The benefit you're looking for is simple: a steadier brain and lighter mood. It won't feel like fireworks, it's more like switching on a brighter lamp in the same cozy room so you can see what you're doing. Let's bring in a third daily helper that does double duty for bones and belly: cultured dairy like yogurt or kefir. Think of it as gentle support for digestion and an easy way to get protein without cooking a full meal. If you're sensitive to lactose, look for lactose-free versions or try kefir, which many people tolerate better. The live cultures act like friendly neighbors for your gut. Many folks notice less bloating and more regularity when they swap sugary desserts for a bowl of plain yogurt with fruit. If plain yogurt tastes too tangy, let your berries do the sweetening. A few banana slices, a spoonful of chia seeds, and a dusting of cinnamon turn it into a 5-minute parfait that feels like a treat and actually keeps you full. Prefer savory mornings? Make a simple yogurt bowl with cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, a drizzle of olive oil, and a pinch of salt and pepper. It eats like a creamy salad and pairs well with whole grain toast or a boiled egg. If getting enough protein is a struggle, Greek-style yogurt helps because it packs more protein per spoonful. Keep single-serve cups in the fridge for days when you're tired or short on time. If opening jars is tough, choose peel-back lids and keep a rubber jar opener in the same drawer so it's easy to find. Picture how these 3 foods can fit into one simple, repeatable day. Breakfast might be scrambled eggs with a handful of spinach and a side of yogurt swirled with thawed blueberries. Lunch could be a bowl of soup with kale stirred in. An afternoon snack might be a few sips of kefir, straight from a glass like a light smoothie. Dinner can end with a small berry bowl, especially on nights you'd otherwise reach for cookies. None of this requires chef skills or long grocery lists. These are tiny, daily steps that stack up to better digestion, steadier mood, and a stronger sense of control over your health. If you live alone and motivation dips around mealtimes, set up your kitchen to make the choice for you. Clear a little space on one shelf just for your daily 5 items: the bag of greens, the container of berries, the yogurt cups. When healthy choices are visible, they become the easy default. If knives and heavy cutting boards slow you down, use pre-washed greens and a small paring knife, and choose lighter bowls that are easier to lift. If standing hurts your back, prep tomorrow's greens and berries while sitting. Most of it can be done with scissors and a spoon. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're simply giving your future self a few minutes of kindness. Notice the signals your body sends as you practice these choices. Do you feel more comfortable after meals? Is your morning routine smoother? Does your afternoon slump soften a bit? These are signs your gut and blood sugar are stabilizing, your body's way of saying thank you. On busy days or when your appetite is low, even a half portion counts. A few spoonfuls of yogurt, a small handful of berries, a quick toss of spinach into whatever you're already eating, that's enough to keep the chain unbroken. Progress is the point, not perfection. With these first 3 foods starting to feel realistic, you're already strengthening the foundation for a longer, healthier life, one simple, doable plate at a time. The next daily habit slips right into that foundation without asking you to cook more, count calories, or memorize rules: a small handful of nuts and seeds. Think of them as tiny packages of steady energy and quiet protection for your heart and brain. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, peanuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia, flax. Choose the ones you enjoy and can afford. What matters most is consistency. A small handful a day, about the amount that fits into your cupped palm, gives you healthy fats to keep you satisfied, fiber to keep digestion regular, and minerals like magnesium that help muscles relax and sleep feel deeper. Many people also notice their afternoon cravings settle down when nuts and seeds become a daily habit, because that combination of fat, fiber, and protein keeps your blood sugar from swinging up and down. If chewing whole nuts is uncomfortable, you have easy options. A spoonful of smooth peanut butter or almond butter counts. Ground flax seeds or chia seeds stirred into yogurt or kefir count. You can even soak nuts overnight in a little water to soften them. In the morning, drain and pat them dry before eating. If dentures make hard textures tricky, try a nut dust topper. Pulse a cup of nuts in a small grinder until they're crumbly, then keep the jar in the fridge and sprinkle a spoonful over oatmeal, fruit, or steamed vegetables. The taste is toasty and rich, and you get all the benefits without the bite. Start by choosing unsalted or lightly salted versions when you can, because salt loves to hide in snack foods. If your favorite mix is salted, balance it out by blending half and half with unsalted nuts to gently train your taste buds back to the natural flavor. If opening jars is hard on your hands, transfer nut butters into smaller, wide-mouth containers the day you bring them home. Wide lids are easier to grip, and a simple rubber jar opener can be a game changer. For storage, keep most of your supply in the freezer so the natural wells stay fresh. Refill a small counter jar each week so the habit is visible, simple, and ready in seconds. Think about how easily nuts and seeds slide into the meals you already eat. In the morning, swirl a spoonful of ground flax or chia into your yogurt and let it thicken for a minute. Add a few berry slices and you have a creamy bowl that keeps you full through errands. If you prefer toast, spread peanut or almond butter and add a few thawed blueberries on top. The warmth of the toast softens the berries into a quick jam without added sugar. At lunch, sprinkle crushed walnuts over a spinach salad or stir pumpkin seeds into a bowl of soup just before serving so they stay crunchy. Afternoon is prime time for smart snacking. Keep a small, pre-portioned container near your favorite chair. Pair that handful with a cup of tea or a glass of water, and notice how calm and steady you feel for the rest of the day. At dinner, finish roasted vegetables with a spoonful of toasted sunflower seeds, or whisk tahini, a sesame seed paste, into a quick dressing with lemon and a splash of water. The sauce turns any plain plate into something satisfying. If you're watching your budget, peanuts and sunflower seeds are your best friends. Buy them in larger bags and portion a week's worth the moment you get home. Use measuring spoons if that helps you stay consistent. 2 tablespoons of seeds or a small handful of nuts is plenty. If you're concerned about weight, remember that more isn't better here. Steady, modest portions are. Nuts and seeds are naturally filling, so treating them like a garnish rather than a bottomless snack keeps your portions comfortable without feeling deprived. If you ever find yourself reaching into the bag again and again while watching TV, pour a serving into a small bowl, put the bag closed, and put it out of reach before you sit down. You're still enjoying the health, just with a little bit of contaminants with tomorrow's flavors. For digestion, seeds can be especially helpful. Chia and ground flax soak up water and turn into a gentle gel that keeps things moving. If constipation is a regular visit, try this simple routine. Pour 1 tablespoon of ground flax into your morning yogurt or oatmeal and drink a full glass of water each night. Do that daily for a week and pay attention to how your body responds. If gas or bloating shows up, don't push through the stomach. Cut the portion in half and increase slowly. Every digestive system has its own rhythm. Your job is to listen and adjust, not to run away. If you live with diabetes or are watching blood sugar, nuts and seeds can soften the impact of higher carb foods. A sprinkle of walnuts on fruit, a spoon of peanut butter on toast, or a chia thickened smoothie can smooth the rise and fall, leaving you with longer, steadier energy. If you take medications that interact with high-fiber foods or have a history of food allergies, it's wise to check with your healthcare provider. Most people do beautifully with nuts and seeds, but your plan should always fit your personal health story. Flavor helps habits stick, so make your handful feel special. Lightly toast nuts or seeds in a dry pan over low heat for a few minutes until they smell fragrant, then let them cool and store for the week. You can add a pinch of cinnamon to walnuts, a little paprika to pumpkin seeds, or a touch of black pepper to almonds. These tiny twists wake up your senses without piling on sugar. If you enjoy sweet flavors, pair your portion with fruit rather than candy. If you love savory snacks, toss seeds onto warm vegetables or a simple bowl of brown rice with olive oil and lemon. The goal is a pleasure you look forward to every day. Routines remove friction, so set yourself up the same way you might set out walking shoes the night before a stroll. Keep a small bowl, a tablespoon measure, and your nut and seed jar together on the same shelf. Refill them every Sunday. Put a note on the fridge at eye level that simply says handful. Little nudges like that are surprisingly powerful because they make the healthy choice automatic. If you often care for grandchildren or host friends, place a second jar by the fruit bowl so sharing the habit becomes part of your table. When others see you enjoying this small, steady act of self-care, it quietly gives them permission to do the same. Most of all, notice how your body and mood respond as the days add up. Maybe your evening snack attacks shrink, maybe your morning energy feels smoother, maybe your rings fit a bit more comfortably as extra salt stays out of your day. It won't be dramatic like a commercial, it will be gentle and real, like easing into a chair that fits you just right. That's what these daily foods are about, making your life feel a little easier, a little steadier, a little more yours. Keep that small handful within reach, keep listening to your body's quiet yes, and keep building your plate in ways that feel kind and sustainable. There's one more daily staple that makes everything else you've added work even better, and it's humble, affordable, and endlessly flexible: beans and lentils. Think of them as slow, steady fuel for your heart, brain, and muscles. A simple half cup of cooked beans, black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, navy beans, or a scoop of red, green, or brown lentils brings gentle protein, a big hug of fiber, and minerals that help you feel grounded and satisfied for hours. If you've ever finished a meal and felt hungry again an hour later, this is the missing piece that fills the gap without weighing you down. If cooking dried beans sounds like a project, start with canned. Choose low sodium when you can, rinse them under running water for 30 seconds, and they're ready. Lentils are even easier. They don't need soaking and cook in about 20 minutes on the stove. If opening cans is tough on your hands, keep a simple electric can opener on the counter, or batch open a few cans when a family member visits and portion them into small containers for the week. Store them at eye level in the fridge so they're as easy to grab as yogurt or berries. The goal is not to turn you into a chef, it's to make good choices the path of least resistance. If you worry about digestion or gas, think small and slow. Start with 2 tablespoons a day for the first week, and drink a glass of water alongside. Rinsing canned beans well helps, as does soaking dry beans overnight and cooking them until they're very tender. A pinch of baking soda in the soaking water, or spices like cumin, ginger, or bay leaves in the pot, can make them gentler on your belly. Many people find lentils the easiest place to start because they're softer and simpler. Red lentils cook down into a creamy texture that disappears into soups and sauces, giving you the benefits without a noticeable bite. Now picture how beans and lentils quietly blend into foods you already love. Take your favorite vegetable soup and stir in a cup of cooked lentils near the end. It turns a light soup into a satisfying bowl that carries you through the afternoon. Mash a half cup of chickpeas with a fork, squeeze in a little lemon, add a spoon of yogurt and a drizzle of olive oil, and spread it on whole grain toast for a quick lunch with crunch and cream. Toss black beans into a spinach salad with cherry tomatoes and a spoonful of crushed walnuts. The combination of greens, nuts, and beans gives you fiber from 3 directions, which your heart will thank you for. If you enjoy rice, warm a bowl, top it with a scoop of beans, a handful of sautéed greens, and a spoon of yogurt or kefir as a cool, creamy finish. It's a 5-minute plate that feels like comfort food and still treats your body kindly. Flavor is the bridge between I should and I want to, so make beans taste great. Warm a pan, add a splash of water or broth, stir in a spoon of tomato paste or a shake of paprika, and toss in your beans until they're glossy and fragrant. Finish with a squeeze of lemon. For lentils, simmer them with garlic and onion until soft, then stir in a spoon of tahini or a pat of butter for richness. If you like smoother textures, blend a cup of beans with a bit of yogurt and herbs to make a quick dip for cucumber sticks or whole grain crackers. Keep a small jar of toasted seeds on the counter and scatter a spoonful over any bean dish. The crunch wakes up every bite. If you're watching blood sugar or trying to manage weight, beans are quiet heroes. Their fiber slows digestion in a friendly way, so energy releases steadily instead of spiking and crashing. That means fewer sudden cravings and steadier focus. If you tend to snack late at night, try ending dinner with something warm and satisfying that includes beans, say, a soft lentil stew with a few spinach leaves folded in at the last minute. You'll likely feel more content, which makes the kitchen less tempting an hour later. If your doctor has asked you to limit potassium or just fiber, it's still possible to enjoy small portions. Just tailor the amount to your plan and listen to how your body responds. What makes this daily 5 work isn't just what's on the plate, it's the gentle rhythm you build around it. Set small cues that nudge you forward without a lecture. Keep the pre-washed greens visible, store a bag of frozen berries where it can't hide behind leftovers, line up a few yogurt cups and a jar of ground flax at the front of the shelf, place a small bowl and tablespoon next to your nuts, and stack a couple of bean containers right beside the eggs. Let your kitchen whisper the plan every time you open a door. When you shop, write one clear sentence on your list: greens, berries, yogurt or kefir, nuts or seeds, beans or lentils. If you can, buy 2 weeks' worth of shelf-stable items, seeds, nuts, canned beans, and refresh the fresh items weekly. Simplicity is what keeps the habit alive. Food is also about connection. If you have a partner, take turns being the prep buddy. One washes the greens while the other portions berries, one stirs yogurt while the other mixes a jar of toasted seeds for the week. If you live alone, set a 10-minute timer each evening, play a favorite song, and do the next small step for tomorrow: soak lentils, rinse berries, portion nuts. These tiny acts stack up like bricks, and before you know it, you've built a routine sturdy enough to lean on even when life gets noisy. As the days gather, pay attention to the quiet wins. Maybe your morning walk feels easier. Maybe your rings feel less tight. Maybe your mind feels a shade clearer in the afternoon, or bedtime comes with less tossing and turning. Those are the real results: gentle, steady, personal. When a day goes sideways, don't throw away the whole plan. Choose one piece that still fits. A handful of spinach into whatever's on the stove, a spoonful of yogurt with a few berries, a small bowl of lentil soup from the freezer. Keep the chain intact with the smallest link you can manage, and tomorrow will feel closer, not farther away. You've now gathered a set of simple daily foods that respect your time, your budget, and your body. Fold them into the meals you already enjoy, taste as you go, and keep the portions friendly. If any of these ideas sparked something, tell me in the comments what you'll try first, or share your favorite way to enjoy greens, berries, yogurt or kefir, nuts and seeds, or beans and lentils. Your ideas help others, and your voice matters here. If this conversation made your next meal feel a little easier, tap like so more people can find it, and subscribe for more practical, encouraging tips made for you. Here's to small choices with big outcomes, to plates that feel kind and satisfying, and to living your best life at any age. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.